So the Washington Commanders just took on the Cincinnati Bengals in a big Week 3 Monday Night Football matchup. And I think pretty much everyone had the Bengals bouncing back and getting a win in this one. I mean, they had to. A team like them with Joe Burrow can't start off 0-3, right? Well, Jayden Daniels had other ideas, and man is he such a fun player to watch. In this video, I'm going to talk all about how the Washington Commanders were able to stun the Bengals. I'm going to break down some Jayden Daniels film, and I'm also going to talk about how the Commanders can keep this up. Because a 2-1 start is no joke, and now, if they can manage to play around 500 football the rest of the season, they could shock the world sneaking their way into the playoffs. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 40,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe we can get there super fast. Alright, so let's start things off with this play right here. Cliff Kingsbury had 4 eligible receivers out wide to the left, forming a diamond shape. 3 of them immediately head upfield while Brian Robinson Jr. hangs at the flat to be a check down. But the pressure immediately comes to Daniels, but the thing I like about him is that instead of taking the sack, he at least tries to rush upfield to make something out of it. I know he doesn't get anywhere with it, but he ended up close to the line of scrimmage instead of making it 2nd and 15. Things like that is why I think Daniels has a lot of promise to him. The only thing I'm a little concerned for with him taking off like that is injuries. I don't want him to end up like RG3 because he has so much talent. Here is another 4 receiver set. Robinson stays back to block, so at the line of scrimmage, it's a 6v4, so Daniels had all day to throw. He originally has a guy with some separation up top, but he doesn't rush to throw. He takes his time, reads the defense, and Luke McCaffrey broke right and froze the 2 middle linebackers, and that's when Jayden fired it to him with space ahead for the big gain. It was actually crazy how open he got, because Noah Brown didn't even have to set a pick or anything. And this was basically a touchdown. Anytime you get that close to the red zone, 99% of the time, you will punch it in. And then the Commanders lined up in shotgun formation with Robinson to the right of Daniels, and they did a really good job of not making the run too obvious to the defense by lining 3 receivers out wide to the left. And Daniels was able to hand it right off to Robinson, who thanks to some good blocking only had to make one small cut to easily get into the end zone untouched. Here is some pistol action. Daniels first fakes a handoff and rolls right, and immediately, the only 2 guys in his way are a lineman and then Von Bell near the Bengals logo. Obviously, the lineman was no immediate threat to his speed. He did actually get to him pretty quickly thanks to a good angle, but this play developed so fast, and Daniels was able to get near the sideline, and he was able to break a diving ankle tackle and tiptoed a few more steps down the sideline past the sticks. I really like how he proceeded with caution on this play. He did enough to get that first down, but he didn't put his body on the line too much. When you have a guy of Daniels' speed, whenever you do a fake handoff, if majority of the defenders fall for it and take even one wrong step, it is off to the races. And that's exactly what we saw happen on this play. Moving on, here is the power formation. And again, with the speed of Daniels in the back of the defense's heads, so much of the field is able to open up for the position players. Noah Brown recognized the safety was playing him for the deep route and that it was zone coverage. So he makes a quick cut and Daniels didn't miss his opening slot. He fired a strike leading him to the ground, which let him avoid any potential hit from the defense. This was just a perfect play. And here's some more shotgun. This could have been a big play, but the Bengals rushed 5 up front, which created some pressure on Daniels. The safety did slip, and Terry McLaurin was wide open way upfield, but off his back foot, Daniels way oversailed the throw to the back of the end zone. You can't really say anything negative about this play. It was just a good pass rush by the Bengals front, but man, Scary Terry was so wide open. And then here was just another quick throw in the flat to Luke McCaffrey. And over the course of the game, that's one thing I really liked about Daniels. He was not afraid to go underneath to get the sure yardage if he wasn't taking off with his legs. And then here, back in shotgun formation, this play was created all from the offensive line. And also that mobility of Daniels being in the defense's head. Because the only guy that would have been there if Jayden took off was Bell. And you can kind of see a lot of the defenders initially thought it was Daniels who took off with the ball, but nope, it was just a basic handoff, and just from one cut, Austin Eckler was off to the races for a pretty easy touchdown. And the block by Nick Allegretti was pretty incredible and opened up this entire play. Anyways, moving on, here is that little bit of trickery from that Kingsbury playbook. You got Robinson getting a direct snap and immediately going right with Zach Ertz as the main blocker in front of him. And then you got Daniels coming back around behind him, and if he would have flipped him that ball, that creates danger both on foot and through the air. But Robinson actually kept this one. He probably shouldn't have, but he still was able to make a few cuts like he always does to gain some yards out of a play that didn't look like much. Now getting back to some normal shotgun action with Eckler lined up next to him, Daniels fakes the handoff and immediately looks up the middle of the field for his first read. And man, this is some beautiful work up front by the offensive line. It allows Jayden the time to look through all his reads, and once he saw there was nothing open, he took off and easily got about 10 yards on the play. Just a nightmare for a defense, and stuff like this will drive you crazy watching from the perspective of an opposing fan. And then here, also in shotgun, this easily could have been the best throw of the day for Daniels if it wasn't for his game-sealing touchdown throw. But it takes guts to throw this ball. Double coverage, he led Terry McLaurin right in stride to the end zone, over the shoulder, and ends up at the 2-yard line, which again, basically a touchdown throw. And when he threw this ball, I think everyone started to realize Jayden Daniels is for real, and he has arrived. And then on a little RPO fake handoff, Daniels took off left and walked into the end zone. Now back in shotgun, I love this action. Really exposing that zone defense. 3 guys took off on a streak, really pushing that Cincy defense back. And then on a crossing route, Ertz is open, and he did a good job of stopping and turning around to get the ball. Again, not much, but this offense was just so fun to watch all game long. And then on the very next play, Daniels showed his grit using his legs and taking some punishment to pick up the first down. But honestly, I'm sure a lot of people would not mind him staying out of these situations for health's sake. And then he followed this play with a nice little pass to Noah Brown, which then set the Bengals up to score on the goal line, in which they did in the greatest fashion ever, getting it to their linemen. I love when the big guys have their moment. And now to move on to the final and craziest throw of the day. This is like what you would call an engage aid in Madden. A crazy amount of pressure coming Daniels' way. And the amount of touch on this throw was crazy. And Scary Terry did the rest, toe tapping his way into the back corner of the end zone for the game-sealing touchdown. This may go down as a top 5 throw of the whole season. It was that incredible. That's really all I got for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point. And if you enjoyed it and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly does mean the world. And also, let me know what you would like to see next. And until then, I will see you all later.
I'll just say I'm a competitor. I want to compete at the highest level, and obviously it's a blessing to go out there each and every Sunday to do things that a lot of people in the world can't do. I'm going to be blessed to be a part of one of the 32 teams that go out there and compete every Sunday, and Mondays or whenever we play.